We are officially in NFL draft week. This is the greatest week in Chicago Bears history in recent memory. We are getting our future quarterback in Caleb Williams in less than 100 hours. And we're getting another blue chip player as well at number 9. And guess what? This offseason milestone means that we're one step closer to Chicago Bears football. I cannot wait for voluntary OTAs, I cannot wait for minicamp, and I cannot wait for week 1. But first, let's get into who could be the best player possible at number 9 for the Chicago Bears. And let's celebrate this exciting time for this franchise and how much this draft could change it forever. We're giving away an autographed jersey. It is drafted players of all time, Mike Singletary. To enter to win the Mike Singletary autographed jersey, make sure to like this video, make sure you smash that subscribe button with notifications, and as always, comment FGB in the comment section below and who you want the Bears to select at number 9. Winner will be announced the day of the draft on our community page. So now let's jump into the best options at each area of need for this team that I think they can address at number 9, and that is wide receiver, edge, offensive line, defensive tackle, or tight end. To start with the wide receiver group, the number 1 group in my opinion that we're most excited about would be wide receiver Rome Odunze out of Washington. The 6'3", 216-pound wide receiver runs a 4.45 40 time. Not the fastest, but he makes up for that in every other part of his game. Has also a 39-inch vertical, like I told you guys, would make up for it later in his game because that height and jump is absolutely lethal, along with an arm length of 32 1/4 inches and a hand size of 9 1/4 inches. Good extension, good size hands, reliable at catching the ball, and a great red zone target and speedster. This guy has it all. This past year in 2023 for Washington, he had 1,640 receiving yards, along with 37 rushing yards, a QBR when targeted of 121.9, and 13 receiving touchdowns. He brings everything that you want in a wide receiver to this team, along with pairing with Keenan Allen and DJ Moore, making it absolutely lethal. Big-bodied wide receiver that learns from another big-body guy in Keenan Allen, catches everything thrown in his direction with great hand size and vision, and has another great mentor that will play more of a slot type of position in DJ Moore, who will show him the great awareness and touchdown and first down machine in the NFL that he needs to become. A projected top 10 pick has also talked about how he would love to play with Caleb Williams in Chicago, and at number 9, if he's there, the Bears have to take him. Now let's go into the next position of need, edge, which at number 9, if he's available, you also have that split decision, but I would love it if the Bears took him, is Dallas Turner out of Alabama. The 6'4", 247-pound defensive edge is an absolute athletic monster. A 4.46 40 time, making him the fastest edge in the combine of the top 5 edges, along with having a 40.5-inch vertical, which makes him unstoppable when dropping back into coverage to do pass deflections and also block balls at the line. An arm length of 34 3/8 inches. Great reach for wrapping around opponents, along with, again, pass deflections, getting his hands in the face of quarterbacks, and just being everywhere on the field. And then on top of that, a 9 7/8 inch hands diameter. This guy can punch balls out. He can block things with his hands. This guy honestly can do it all. This past year for Alabama, he had 53 total tackles, 28 of them being solo, along with 16 tackles for loss, 11 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, and 1 pass deflection. Just looking at those stats in his size, he has everything that you want in an edge. Not only that, he can drop back into coverage and play more like a linebacker to cause running backs to go out of bounds, have interceptions, have pass deflections, and have another zone coverage, because you're going to have pressure coming from Jer'Zhan Dexter Sr., Andrew Billings, and Montez Sweat. And then on overall, this guy is a backfield record. Fastest first step in the NCAA this past year. Can get to the backfield, bully offensive tackles and interior guys as well. Strong tackler and crazy athletic. Everything you want to make Montez Sweat's partner in crime, another projected top 10 pick. Now, here's a new one for you guys, a tight end, because Shane Waldron runs a 3 tight end offense. And at number 9, the Bears, if he's available, could be considering Brock Bowers, tight end out of Georgia. The 6'4", 230-pound tight end runs a 4.48 40 time, which is the fastest tight end over the middle out of anyone at the combine. An arm length of 32 3/4 inches, allowing him to extend and catch passes, but also really good for blocking as well, and has a 9 3/8 inch hand diameter. Great mitts in order to be reliable and catch anything thrown at him. Him, Cole Kmet, and Gerald Everett would be unstoppable. Top athletic tight end that you could get in this upcoming draft. Great speed and ability for a guy with his frame, and also a strong run and pass blocker, making him a dual threat. Another top 10 projected pick. Now, offensive lineman, something that I definitely think that the Chicago Bears need to address, and it's nothing against Braxton Jones. I know a lot of people love him, but I can go out and get an elite left tackle. I'm going to do that. And that guy, Joe Alt, left tackle out of Notre Dame. Will he drop to 9? Probably not. But some mock drafts do have him dropping down there. And the 6'9", 312-pound offensive lineman runs a 5.02 40 time, along with having an arm length of 34 1/4 inches and a 10-inch hand diameter. This past year for the Fighting Irish, he was an absolute wall. Played in every single game, every single offensive snap with only 1 penalty, 1 sack allowed, 2 quarterback hurries, and 2 quarterback hits. A generational left tackle to protect Caleb Williams for years to come. Doesn't get penalized ever. Clearly shows that he's athletic, and he's a big man, reliable, and always on the field when needed. A projected top 5 pick, but some mocks do have him falling due to the amount of wide receivers and edges. So who knows what's going to happen, but if Joe Alt's there, you might have to take it. And this is a new one, and this is likely with a trade back, but if the Bears do stick at 9 and they have their guy at defensive tackle, it would be Jer'Zhan Newton, defensive tackle from Illinois. The 6'2", 305-pound defensive tackle runs a 4.95 40 time, built really similar to Aaron Donald, with a 32 3/8 inch arm length, great for wrapping up opponents and getting into the faces of interior offensive linemen, and a 9.5 hand diameter, making him have absolute bear claws in order to get through the line. Strong, big guy, and good for pass deflections. This past year for the Fighting Illini, he had 52 total tackles, 26 being solo, with 10 tackles for loss, 8 sacks for an interior defensive lineman, which is super impressive, 1 forced fumble, and 2 pass deflections. He is a monster up the middle that would be a huge pairing with Andrew Billings and Javon Dexter Sr. and Zach Pickens, and backfield pressure that would be unreal to boost this defensive line for years to come. A projected top 15 pick, but you don't know what Poles is doing. He could bring him in, just putting it out there. But if we trade back, it'd be more likely that we take him. Welcome to NFL Draft Week, guys. Super exciting news for the Chicago Bears. And again, if you are excited about this draft and want to win that Mike Singletary jersey, like this video, subscribe to the channel with notifications, and put FGB along with who you would want out of this list in the comment section below. But with that, thank you as always for tuning this episode of Just Another Year Chicago. My name is Nick Rohde. Stay tuned all week as we're going to have live streams. We're going to have more, and we're going to have a live stream from the bar. Make sure that you press notify me on the link in the description to be ready to go when we drop Thursday night at 6:40 p.m. Central Time to cover the NFL Draft. Thank you as always, and bear down, baby.